love you too. Hope everybody had a nice break. Got something to eat.
Robbie,
refreshed.
Start it quick. I'm holding it back. Robbie, hurry. Sing it. Robbie.
Hell yeah.
That was a hell of an opening. I gotta do this thing to make it official, otherwise I don't get a check. Nashville, Tennessee, say hello to Mr. Mark Sheppard.
This is your hometown, is it not?
This is my hometown.
You're an unofficial mayor of this town, I think.
I think unofficial being the operative word.
He definitely has a key to the city.
I'll tell you what I love about this town is that it is populated by some of the nicest and kindest people that I've ever met.
With the exception
Since you moved to
Since
LA.
I left, yeah. I left, everybody's like, wow, it's like a load off.
It's good. No, I had a fun day yesterday, and I've been interacting a little more with the locals, as they were, and they're been very kind to me. Hey guys, how you doing? So, nice sparkly drums on this stage. It's good. Pick up lights. So we're looking forward to tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's happening tonight?
Saturday Night Special, as you know. When Loudon Swain gets to take center stage, and
I thought it was when Mark Sheppard gets to take.
I was getting to that part, and we get to welcome on the stage to join us for several songs, many unbelievable performers. Richard Spick Jr. We've got Mark Pellegrino singing for the first time. Jensen Ackles.
Stephen Norton's gonna play all the drums.
Drums. And Mark A. Sheppard.
That's not to be confused with Mark, another Sheppard.
Right.
Well, there's Mark A. Sheppard and there's Mark the Sheppard.
Yes.
Someday, we hope you earn that title.
That's actually what I'm going to have it officially changed to, is
Mark the Sheppard.
Although it does sound like a really bad job description.
Mark the Sheppard. The Sheppard.
Not so good.
Mark, which Mark? The Sheppard. Right.
Oh,
I saw him with his sheep.
It'd be ba, no ah.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, instead of ma, because ma.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, what?
Is it true that they played Mr. Crowley on the show?
Yes.
That's awesome.
It's pretty cool, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did they?
Not on mine.
No.
I feel like
They said, no, what they did was put the words Mr. Crowley.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
I swear I heard someone
It
was
was
like,
his episode.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't play it.
Oh. I've been out of the
I
country.
think it became a rumor because the words Mr. Crowley.
Rob is very supportive. He hasn't seen the show yet because he was in the clink.
I was locked up in your country.
He was locked up.
So that phone call really paid off.
He's Mark, a shepherd, and he's locked up, a broad.
I always thought of him as a broad.
All right, this is your stage, this is your moment. Mark Sheppard, everybody.
Bye, guys. See you tonight. I'll see you in a few minutes, but they leave me with all this stuff. So dangerous. Really? What broken glass? Oh, Richard threw stuff at people again? He has a temper. Wow, what a day. Yeah, I've been here a little longer than I usually have. I came in on Thursday and had a little look around and hung out with a very old friend of mine and had a really good time. It's a great city here. It's a really, really cool city. I'm feeling very old. I jacked my knee up the other day. And then, while I was getting into a taxi the day before yesterday, I smashed my other knee into the side of the taxi. So I'm now very old and very wobbly, which is not good, especially when you have a 1-year-old. It's all fun. How many of you guys are new here? How many of you guys? Welcome. You are not alone. You will be hounded and harassed by all the people around you. If you've never, how many of you have never been to the Saturday Night Special? Have never been? I'll tell you now. It sounds like those. You know, he's trying to pitch you something. But seriously, it's one of the things we are the most proud of. Saturday Night Special is it's a proper concert. It's a proper gig. This all sort of becomes a bit more centralized and bigger, and another drum kit comes out. And it's a really interesting way, I think, of the band and the boys giving back. It's we tried to find something to do, and to the great Adam and to Gary and to Stephanie's, to credit them with this. It's like we had this terrible situation where we were doing these cocktail party things, going from table to table, and we literally had about 90 seconds to see everybody, and it was the most miserable experience because to get around 20, 30 tables was just insane. You figure 2 minutes a table, you'd be talking, plus moving time and everything else like that. You're talking about an hour and a half of insanity just to talk to somebody for 90 seconds. And so it sort of evolved, and we got to this situation where it became necessary to do something different, and everybody put their heads together, and Creation very kindly supporting the idea of perhaps doing a gig, and it evolved from being a sort of more cabaret style gig through the input of Creation to being an actual full-fledged concert. We've gone from renting gear to traveling with huge trucks full of stuff. And we have a monstrous PA, a great sound guy, and it's a lot of fun. It's turned into a massive, massive gig. So if you haven't seen it and you're thinking about possibly coming, please do so. It's an experience. It's a real full-on gig, and you'll be surprised at just how talented the people are around us. As I said, Stephanie and Schmelke and everybody. There's some really good musicians amongst us, and it's real fun to play with a band that's this good. And these people. So, this is Creation and our way of trying to give something back to you. So if you can avail yourself of that gig, please come tonight. It will be a fantastic thing to see you guys there. And so I'm just going to answer questions. Yes, I love you too, whoever you are. Or what's not to love, whichever one comes first. Ow. I'm old. Yes, I am. How old are you? Exactly. I'm almost twice your age. Oh, thank you. What do you want?
Hi. First of all, I love you as Crowley. He's probably my favorite villain.
Probably? What the hell's wrong with you? You made me come all the way down here to say you probably like me. That's nice.
Also,
are you dating yet?
No.
You're not. When you do, promise me you're not going to say you're probably one of my favorite guys. But not a good thing. You have a question?
I also love you as Canton in Doctor Who, and I wanted to know, what is it like working with Matt Smith?
What's it like working with the Easter Island statue? He is truly, absolutely, and without question, one of the loveliest human beings on the planet. He is so kind and gentle and generous, and he gave me a guided tour around the TARDIS. You're talking about so cool. He actually knew what every single button and lever did in the TARDIS. He was like, okay, so this is the navigation section. This is how this bit works. He's always breaking stuff, which is really funny. So there was a wonderful props guy called Gary. And Gary would be following around Matt. He'd be doing something with a sonic screwdriver, and the frickin' end would just fly off across the room. He'd be like, sorry, Gary. That's all right, Matt. They've got it. He'd break stuff. It was kind of fun. They were wonderful. They were the sweetest people. Arthur is a lovely, lovely guy. Karen is lovely. Alex is wonderful. They're just so nice. They're nice people. And if you figure making television, you know, at an American scale is, you know, there's a lot more money involved. There's a lot more. It's easier to do in some ways. You know, in some ways, there's this big machine behind you. When they made Doctor Who, it's a very small machine behind you, but a lot of fans, and that's what makes it fun. And I love to do it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I actually answered your question. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. This once. It's not going to happen again, just so you know. Hey, Adam. Hey, you. What do you want?
Hi, sorry to bother you, but...
Oh, well, I'll be the judge of that.
Okay, my question is, do you think Crowley will ever view Dean, Cass, and Sam as, like, almost a second son? Like, because he's shown that he cares for them, but... Sorry, I got a little sidetracked for a second.
Go on. No. That actually was a very good question. That was a really sweet question. And that is the conundrum and the problem. That's what it's about. How do you show love? I do it with torture. How are you doing? Why on earth would you dress like that? Come talk to me.
Why not?
It's a weird mashup of Winchester and Angel. What's going on here? What's going on?
Okay, so a couple years ago, I was at Seacon.
I'm supposed to remember this?
No, just backstory.
Okay.
And during that time was when you were posting your cardio videos and
You calling me fat?
You said it, not me. So I was wondering, because my dad and I love them so much, the videos and the photos of your cardio. We were wondering why'd you stop and what happened?
Because I like food too much. I'm actually back slogging away at trying to be healthy because A, I have a 1-year-old, B, I'm playing a lot of drums and it just feels an awful lot better. But I was nursing a few like neck injuries and stuff and it wasn't fun working out. So now I have to get back into it. But thanks for pointing it out! God. Youth of today. Hey, you. What the heck happened here?
My cat's outfit.
You couldn't afford the rest of the Cass outfit. It is the cheapest outfit in the SPN world.
I live in Nashville. I forgot my shoes at home and I couldn't find my tie and everything looked horrible, so I just
But you made it. Why are you sad? Well, I'd be sad if I was wearing it. Told you not wear it. It doesn't look horrible. It's just a bit. Your Cass one, thank God for that, yes. Because you certainly would have got a hug in a Cass uniform.
So anyway.
You have a question? Or it's just a complaint?
I didn't show off my constellation pants or anything.
Constellation for your constellation pants. Consolation for the constellation to your constellation pants.
Anyway, so I was wondering.
Conflagration of the. Should we keep going? No. What?
I was wondering, since Lucifer is having a kid and
Who? Have you guys all seen the show? Is anyone here really behind? Put your fingers in your ears. So going on.
didn't think about that.
You didn't think about that. I have to think about that all the time. It's really boring.
once, you know, he's born, how will that affect Crowley's rule on since Abaddon went, you know, on something, how will that?
Well, I would think that Crowley's position would be, could be brought a note. Crowley's position would be not wanting that child to be born, would it not? Yeah. So you should probably watch the show. Hey.
My question is, what is your preferred ratio of peanut butter to jelly on your peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Is this while I'm doing cardio or not doing cardio? Because if I'm doing cardio, it's probably... I actually think when I was younger, it was way too much jelly. But when I got older, I prefer the saltier, crunchier peanut butter.
You're a good man.
So probably 2 to 1. Probably 2 to 1 in a thirds ratio.
Nice choice.
What?
Nice choice.
There you go. Bloody stupid question. Great help. Hey. Next question, please.
Hello.
Not in that shirt. What's the next question?
Hello.
Go on.
I was wondering, this might
Can't hear you, you're going to have to shout louder.
This is a little bit personal, I guess, but I heard you have a little bit
You're going to have to speak louder. Into that mic and loud.
I heard you have a little bit of ink.
I have a little bit of ink?
Tattoos?
Oh.
Yes?
I have tattoos?
Do you?
I don't know. I've looked recently.
I was wondering, what is your favorite one, what has the most meaning to you, and what your next one might be?
There's so many really bad jokes that I could make right now. Some terrible things I could be saying that I could get into a lot of trouble for, which I won't.
Do it, do it!
Excuse me, you go way too long in the queue with everybody else. With you? Well, I'm not coming over there. Now you've said it, I'm moving. Do I have tattoos? Yes, I have tattoos. I was born in the year of the dragon, and I have lots of dragons all over my body. Fun. Give her a high five. Tattoos? You know what they say? People with tattoos don't care what people without tattoos think about people with tattoos. Yes, you do. What other choice? What other choice is there? Next question, please.
There have been rumors of a Firefly reboot if Mr. Whedon wants to do one. I was wondering if there's any validity to that.
Hold on, say that clearer, I can't hear it.
I'm sorry. There have been rumors of a Firefly reboot if Mr. Whedon wants to do one.
They wouldn't invite me. I'm way too cool for that school.
Would you be willing to reprise your role as Badger?
I don't know that that is an option. Nobody's ever talked to me about it, so I mean, we'll see. Nobody's. I mean, there's always been rumors of Firefly reunions. Good show. Of course you do. And why'd you dress like that? Yeah, but it's angels. Happy birthday. Next question.
Hi. I was wondering, what was the most bizarre experience you've ever had with a fan?
Oh, we've asked this one every single time. Good time. You can have one. Good hug too. Dealer's choice. A bit more egalitarian, I think. Who asked me the question? Is that what that? Yeah. What was it? Well, yeah, Strange Encounters with Fans. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Fans are amazing. There are funny things that happen, and the weirdest stuff that happens, genuinely, happens because people are really nervous or anxious. And when they're really nervous or anxious, they have things planned in their head that they want to say. And they think about the thing that they want to say, and it becomes a thing, and it becomes this sort of monolith inside the head. And then you meet the person, you've spent all this time waiting to see the person, you see the person, and then no matter what happens, you say the thing that was inside your head. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't actually fit the moment, or the worst case scenario when somebody like myself asks you a question just before you're about to say it, and this becomes your answer. And the worst ones are when people try to make a joke that they think you're going to join in with because they think it's funny or it was funny at home, and their anxiety and their fear and their worry drives them to blurting it out here at high volume. So it becomes the equivalent of, your character's a real asshole! Which is worse when you've just said, hey, are you okay? Your character's a real asshole! And I genuinely, with all my heart, understand it. And it makes me, it sort of makes me crumble a little bit. Because it is, I totally get it. I totally get that kind of anxiety. It makes total sense to me. It is the scariest thing in the world. I've said this so many times, that the simplest antidote to any of that stuff is if you see somebody who you love their work, you like what they do for you, or they make you happy, and you have the opportunity to be within close enough range to actually interact with them, just tell them you really like what they do. Just say, I really love your work. And if they don't respond in a positive way, kill them. Or at least burn a couple of effigies of them, you know? That's what it is. Because genuinely, there is an actor, I mean, for God's sake, I got kissed by Smokey Robinson in an airport lounge. Because I had the balls to walk up to Smokey Robinson and say, I cannot tell you how much joy you have brought me over my entire lifetime. And he was like, thank you, man. I love your work. He kissed me. His hand was like, I was looking at Smokey going, man, this is one of the most beautiful men I have ever seen in my entire life. It was fascinating. I know why I call him Smokey. His eyes are the most beautiful eyes you've ever seen. I smelled of his cologne for the rest of the day. I was like, I got kissed by Smokey Robinson. Days don't get much better than that. Like ABC said, when Smokey sings, it changes everything. Right? Can't argue with that. So that's fans in the context of fans. I hate the word, I wish there was a better word. I don't know that family is the best word. But I hate the concept of fanatic. I think it's a really bad idea. Do I get a 5? There you go. Yeah, I don't like fanatic, because the fanatic implies less than. It really does imply less than. Somehow, that if you really love something or you really like something, it makes you less than. How does it make you less than? I think it's the bravest thing in the world is to, well, not to dress as some idiot angel, but look, I saved his life. I mean, for God's sakes, you can't be complaining. So, fun in the sun. Yeah. But fanatic, it's an unkind word. Thank you. It's an unkind word, fanatic, I think. I think it's a very unkind word. So I think we should pick a better word. Family's might be a bit heavy, but you never know. What? I don't know. I mean, if you guys are fans, I'm a fan, so that's good. Next question.
Hi, my question was in season 5, episode 21. Did you and Jim really have to kiss?
Did we really have to? No. But did we really kiss? Yes. It was his idea. And as I said, why'd you have to use tongue? He has the softest lips. You would think for a sort of grizzly old man he would have like, you know, all leathery. No, he has the softest papery lips. I suggest kissing him. It's quite a pleasant thing. He was scared to death. Apart from that, it was good.
Was it good or not?
Answer that question.
Okay, originally, I was also thinking the same question for Matt Smith, but they took it from there. So here's my reserved question. If you were to ask Matt Smith to come on to Supernatural as a guest star for an episode, do you think he would take it? If so, would we expect him to be his doctoring self or a new personality?
I think you'd have to have a new personality. I don't think you can cross the fan streams in that way. It's too weird. I mean, we have certain in-jokes that work, but you know, Matt is also a very fine actor. If he ever decide to come on Supernatural, he should be welcomed with open arms. He's a fantastic actor. He plays some wonderful stuff. I just, you know, he's very much in demand and gets to do what he wants. So I know that there's been a lot of actors I've worked with who love to come do Supernatural. So you never know who shows up. So kind of fun. No, I'm married already. Have you met my wife? How old are you now? You'll be 12 on Tuesday. I think we're in the wrong state for that. No disrespect to my friends from the Deep South. 12 is a little young. Thank you. Why? I don't even think there is one of me. Sad. No taste. So when I'm dead and gone in episode 21. Oh. Finished. Yes. 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 21. It's all over. It's all over. You reading a book?
In season 6, Bobby Singer got his soul back from Crowley by communicating with the ghost of Gavin, Crowley's mortal son. Bobby learned where Crowley's mortal bones were located and traded from them for his soul. Later in season 10, Abaddon.
2 D's. It's like Cass, 2 S's. Oh, 1 S, you can have way, right?
Went back in time and grabbed Gavin before he died. She brought him to the 21st century where he remained. And 1 way later, Sam and Dean found out that Bobby's soul was actually in hell.
Oh, is this why later on?
Yeah. Is there a reason back in season 6, shouldn't that episode really not happen because the timeline?
That's a very good question. And I think that's something we should all ask Bob Singer and Andrew Dabb. There are certain discrepancies to do with remember, Crowley is not Fergus. Fergus is Fergus. 1. 2, there's a sort of mishmash between where Crowley originates from and what Crowley says Crowley originates from. So there's a disconnect there. The bones were a ploy and we're not his bones, and that was a deliberate thing. It wasn't a changing of mind. They knew it would be untrue. So I think if you tie all that together, you realise that was a sort of empty path that was being opened in that way. Is that a good answer?
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Bluffed my way through that one. Dead in 21.
I really loved watching you performance last year.
What's not to love?
I love those plays. At the concert, the Saturday Night concert last year.
Yep.
And
You have to speak up. So I can hear you in the back.
I was wondering, what is your favorite song to play drums to, and your favorite band?
My favorite band? I have many favorite bands. I guess my first favorite band was probably the Rolling Stones. My favorite song to play? I actually got to play one of my favorite songs yesterday, and I'd never played it before, so it was kind of cool. My friend Robin Hitchcock, who I used to play with when I was 17, lives in Nashville now, and he and I are getting to play together after 35 years. I played with him when I was, as I said, 17 years old. We're playing in LA in May, so we sort of convened a rehearsal over at SIR, and I literally hadn't played with him for 35 years. It was so much fun. And he hadn't been playing a lot of electric. Right now he's going off to New York to go play with Yola Tango and do like the 35th anniversary of one of the albums he did, which is really cool. And then he's opening for the Psychedelic Furs, which is really fun, which is what he did with the Soft Boys 30 odd years ago as well, so maybe 35, 36 years ago. But I got to play a song of his that I love, a new song of his called Sayonara Judge, which is on the Roadies soundtrack. He was in the last episode of Roadies, so you can look that up. And I got to play Soft Boys 2, which I'd never played, called I Want to Destroy You. And it's one of my favourite songs. It's been covered by everybody over the years. It's a great song. Look it up. It's an amazing song to play. It's my favourite song to play. It was fun. It was really cool. It was just me and him though. There was no bass player, so it was really cool.
Hi. So I wanted to know if you like to travel around the country and connect with the fans and everything.
No, I hate them and they really annoy me. Do I like to travel around the country with fans? No, never. I never go anywhere with fans. Fans are weird, especially when they dress as angels. It's really annoying.
Actually, I'm Demon Dean.
Yes, I guessed it was sort of a bit like that, only I never really saw a demon with black angel wings. But cool. You went for it.
Thank you.
See, I think it takes a lot of bravery. That's the thing that gets me about this. You know, they talk about fans and they think about fans as something less than. And we were the ones that were always, made fun of because we liked something. And we like something, you dress differently, or you act differently, or you respond differently to certain stimulus. And then, if you're at school, you get bullied for being a nerd or a geek or something. Now we won. We're it. We are the coolest people on the planet. So we have, Joss Whedon and Ron Moore and Andrew and all these people are shaping popular culture. The geeks have inherited the earth, so now it's the coolest place to be. But I still think it takes a huge amount of bravery to wear your heart on your sleeve, literally. So I applaud that. I think it's fantastic.
Thank you.
Cool. I remember having orange hair when I was at school. I dyed my hair orange. I got my mom to dye my hair with henna. I was very blonde, so I had bright orange hair. And it was like, I just remember being ridiculed for being different. And then it was like, within 3 years, pumpkin hair. And my hair was electric blue. And it was cool. So it was fun. It changes. Just stand still long enough, they'll catch up to you. That's the point. What do you need?
Out of all the scripts you've gotten, which was the most surprising?
Most surprising? Scripts of anything? The Six Skull. I think Supernatural thing or something else. Most surprising script I ever got was the ending of Battlestar Galactica. That was pretty cool. The most surprising would be the end of season 8. When I got the script at the end of season 8, it was okay, this is going to be interesting, where's this going to go? But the whole girls HBO speech. So, this could be fun. But I think that's what it is. Yeah, I think that was the most surprising. Hey.
Hi.
What's up?
Not much. How are you?
I'm good. Tired.
Well, yeah. I'm glad to see that, it looks like DW is sponsoring the drums this year. And not Ludwig.
It's been a while. I've been a DW player for a long time. I got what I played what I used to have to play, but I'm a DW artist, as is Stephen now plays the
Very cool. So my problem with Ludwig's is that they make Vista lights.
Vista lights are cool looking. They sound like crap.
They sound like 5 gallon.
Do you know what Vista lights are, guys? Ludwig made drums that were see-through, made of like acrylic. And back in the day, they were the coolest thing. So the original Chili Peppers drummer had one that was like orange and yellow, and like you could see through it. It was kind of cool. The Vista light was a fun thing. But I'm not a Ludwig fan. The reason why Ludwig got so huge and famous was because both John Bonham and Ringo Starr played Ludwig. So in this town, it's all about Gretsch. That's what it is. But for me, it's always been about DW, the best drum company in the world. But moving on.
Well, so my question is, if you ever got the chance, would you play the Doctor?
No, because I'm Canton Everett Darlow the third. So why would I play the Doctor? Question.
Do you think Crowley misses being human?
I need you to speak up.
Do you think Crowley misses being human?
No! God, no!
Fix that.
Sit down. Or not. It's up to you. Does Crowley miss being human? God, no. It's all full of feelings and difficult stuff. Next question. Go stand up. Go stand up by the microphone.
Okay, this question's for Crowley. We need to know.
You come to the right person.
We need to know what level demon, autocorrect, and Siri are, so we know what to apply for when we get to hell. And I also need to know where you got your scarf because it's really cool.
Hold on, start that again.
I want to know what level demon, Siri, and autocorrect are. That way I can apply for that job when I get to hell. And I want to know where you got your scarf.
Cool. So you have a question in there?
What level or demon do I have to become to get that job? Because there's crossroad demons and Siri's definitely and autocorrect are definitely demons.
Siri and autocorrect are demons?
Yes.
No, they're daemons, D-A-E.
Demons.
No. Anything else?
Anything that changes names to stuff that it changes it to, like Trish to Trudge and...
Turn it off. It's like Castiel. Blah, 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 blah. Crowley! Oh, God. That's it. That's all you have to do. Just turn off.
Hi, my name's Erin, and I was wondering
One of the 7 names of Ireland.
which
Just
season
in case
of,
you wanted to know.
which season of Supernatural was your favorite to film?
This last one where I die. I don't know. I mean, they've all sort of run together. I don't know that it feels like a season. Does that make sense? It feels like an ongoing, continuing story. It feels like one big season. And for them, it feels like a nightmare every day around this. I only came in as a guest star. Look what happens. Terrible. Very long weekend. What's your favourite so far?
Well, I don't know. I really like all of them, I guess.
I think you've got to take the good with the bad and the ups and the downs. And I think the story evolves and moves around enough. It does that. You know, there's some... You know, 1 to 5 is very crypty, and 6 has got some incredible standalones in it. 7 is not my favourite season. 8 is pretty damn amazing. 9 is pretty damn good. 10 is pretty good. 11 was totally different again. And 12's been really, really interesting. But it's again, having to steer a ship that has so many people staring at it who want to be passengers. So it's an odd thing to do. It's a very hard thing to do. I think they've attempted some really good stuff this year. And I think the stuff with Lucifer and myself has got very interesting.
With Capaldi leaving his role as the Doctor, there's been a huge fan push towards there being a female Doctor. I'm curious how you feel about that.
I don't feel either way about it. It's not. I don't think. I have huge problems with the concepts of equality starting with adjusting inequality. I think you're either equal or you're not. And if you're equal, you just behave like we're equal. You put the best person for the job in it. So whoever it is that's writing should pick the best possible doctor they can pick that suits what it is that they're writing, whether it be male, female, colour, gender, sexual orientation. I accept wholeheartedly that there are massive gaps and discrepancies between genders, races, and there is a certain amount of privilege that I'm coming from, which I cannot discount. I just feel that putting the best people in for the best things is the way to go, as opposed to try to, affirmative action one's way through something that is far more important than that.
Well, looking at it from a character point of view, just from character point of view,
one would have hoped there would have been a female doctor by now, as the one would have hoped that it would be representative of, seeing as the sort of mostly British actors we're involved with, that would be more representative of the differences, the amazing differences they have in the British Isles. It's much more of a cultural melting pot than anywhere else. So it's interesting that it's been the domain of mostly Caucasian males.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, cool. Sorry, this is my opinion. Sorry, appreciate it. I just think it's. Well, we work on Supernatural. Just my opinion again. We've had at least now 2 female directors on the show. One of them was, I think, just hands down one of the best directors I've ever worked with. The fact that she's female does not, apart from the fact that it is technically surprising given the number of male directors to female directors, that is an issue. But I think if I spent my entire time going, isn't she good for a woman, would be the most demeaning thing I could possibly say. As opposed to, she's charismatically directed. I wanted to be less gender specific. But it unfortunately, it still is a shock. It still is a bit of a shock. But excellence is what one's looking for, not necessarily equality or equality in some ways. I just think that's what it is. It's like you have to try to be the best. There's a lot of good people out there. Hope that answers that sort of. What do you want?
Well, hello.
Hey.
What's the personality differences between Badger and Crowley?
You tell me.
That's why I'm asking you.
You tell me.
I really don't see much of a difference.
You're the judge. I'm not the judge. You don't see much of a difference?
No.
So that was a bit of a loaded question, wasn't it? I see a massive difference. There is a similarity. I believe there's only 2 types of characters that are actually fun to play for me, thus far. One being the guy that sells them out before they leave the planet, which is, Dr. Zachary Smith in Lost in Space. William H. Macy in Fargo, which is, you're screwed before you start. It's so much fun to play. Just watching this character fall downhill as you go. It's like just a fantastic type of character to play. And the other one is Eddie Albert in Green Acres, which is the last sane man in the universe. And I tend to play a lot of the last sane man in the universe. Because if they would only listen to me, their lives would be much, much different and much better. So I think there is a similarity in some ways. I mean, I look the same. But Badger really wants stuff so badly. Certain things that are very different. Very much a realist. I think Crowley is much more of a romantic. Here you go.
Hi, how's it going?
Good.
We've seen you, of course, in all these men.
You're surprised they're laughing.
I'm not sure at what. We've seen you all, of course, in the many things you've been in, Warehouse 13, Firefly, and Supernatural.
Keep going.
Do you have anything?
It's 3 things. That's it?
I don't have the whole list.
You don't?
No.
Leverage! White power!
I'm sure they'll fill it in for you.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Do you have anything upcoming we would see you in other than Supernatural?
Yes.
And what is it, if you're
Not
allowed to
telling
say?
I never tell. I never tell till afterwards, do I? You'll see it when it's time.
Okay.
I have to keep secrets, for God's sakes. It's like how to spoil a show. It doesn't work really well for me. Usually characters I play have an impact on the show at a level where you don't really want to know that that's what I'm going to be doing, otherwise you'll know that I'm going to be doing something. In fact, I've been used occasionally as the good guy on the show.
I thought robots had no fear.
I did a little reprogramming last week.
Apparently. Boy, Mike, don't sprain an ankle sprinting off stage.
Well, coming to that time, I guess.
Here's the thing. It's only sad if you're not coming tonight, because if you're coming tonight, you get to see him on stage again, rocking out.
I'm not allowed to talk. According to Rob, I'm not allowed to talk.
That is not true.
That's what you said. You said we didn't have time for me to talk last time. Then you fell off my drum. Then you fell off my drum kit.
No, sir.
You fell off my drum kit.
He did do that.
Or was he pushed?
That's true too. We don't know.
Drumgate.
And no, you just don't have a microphone. One of my favorite parts of the show is when you go, "Hi, Rob."
Okay, well, let's solve having. I should have a microphone.
Oh, great, Rob.
But you know what?
A lot of channels.
You don't need one. Your voice is.
You know what we need? You know what we really need for the show tonight?
What?
Another drummer.
Oh God, no.
3 drummers would be great.
Nah, we're good with 2.
4 drummers, just to even out the stage.
I've seen the show a lot. I keep thinking, it seems guitar heavy. Let's go all drummers. You know what I mean? Like, Billy, you can play drums.
It's fun. All right, listen, guys. We make television by ourselves. We really do. We hang out with a lot of our close friends, and we tell each other how wonderful we are. We hope it's really good, and then we give it to you. We travel around the country and around the world. Well, I do extensively, just to see you guys. This is my idea of fun. Interacting with you, harassing you, causing you grief, making you nervous, having you ask questions, getting hugs, giving hugs. It's the most wonderful thing, because this is what it is for me. The interaction between us is what makes this so special for me. Thank you for everything that you do. As a force, you're an incredible force. I'm proud of my fellow actors and my fellow journeymen and women on this grand tour we've been doing for several years now. But the amount of good that is being done and the amount of positive things that come as a result of this is incredible, even on just on their behalf. But the fact that you guys come in behind this and you add to it and you make it so much bigger and so much more powerful and so much more meaningful, it's just glorious for me. I hope I get to do this for a very long time. If you're new here, welcome. You're going to make a lot of friends whether you like it or not. It's a fantastic place to be. Thank you so much for all the love, all the support. You guys are fantastic. Thank you for this life.